Comrade power. Comrade power. For today, those people who are suffering with diabetes, this is their day for us to remember. It doesn't mean after the walk, then we forget. It is to remind us that there is something that is going on. There are people who need our support, and that is why we come here to say we are with them. Therefore, we are taking this walk as an indication that we are going to be with them through and through.
Thank you everybody for coming today. We are really looking forward to this walk, the diabetes walk, the DiaHope walk. Hope. Without hope, there is nothing in life, right? So we want to inspire hope in everyone. Whether you have diabetes or not, the theme is wellness and well-being.
My name is Justa Kajiji Mwenda. I live with type 1 diabetes. I am the founder of DiaHope Africa, was founded in 2022. I am a diabetes advocate. I am the young leader in Diabetes International Diabetes Federation 2025-2027. I am a DDoc voice, and also I am the Eastbound School for people living with diabetes cohorts, doing research into type 1 diabetes on DKA. Basically, I am an advocate for diabetes. DiaHope, it is an organization for people living with diabetes that basically brings us together to pass awareness, that makes us step by step understand type 1 diabetes or living with diabetes, and also it gives us encouragement and hope to live each day, hoping that one day there might come treatment, or rather a medication for this condition.
My name is Cyprian Kipkirui. Today being World Diabetes Day, this day has been special for me, especially attending the walk that was held in Kenyatta University. It's been a special day for me, special day catching up with other type 1 diabetics. I'd like to ask the government for support, especially for insulin access. We need to have diabetes services affordable for type 1 diabetics, such that we don't have cases of people missing out injections because the drugs are expensive.
We have to be strong. We have to encourage each other to live and manage diabetes so that we live a long life. It has challenges, a lot of them, and that's why we are calling other people living with diabetes march together, have the same purpose of managing ourselves, destigmatizing it, and also talking to the policymakers about how expensive this condition is. We are talking to the government that if it is possible, which I know it's possible, they separate diabetes to be treated as its own or to be categorized as its own, far away from other NCDs. Why? Because it's expensive. The capitation that we get does not cover everything. We need emergency, like we need trained personnel and skilled personnel so that they can handle emergencies like DKA. You go to hospital, you have to wait because it's not showing. Diabetes doesn't show. It doesn't have empathy and people don't speak about it. So we're really requesting if the government could subsidize the medication. It's very expensive and make them available. They subsidize them and make them available. We don't want to die. We don't want progression of the condition.
Knowledge is power. Empower yourselves. If you have a family member living with diabetes, empower that knowledge. If you have a family member living with any medical condition, hypertension, cancer, any mental ailment, empower, get the knowledge, walk with them, stand with them. We are not just walking, we are walking for a better today, a better tomorrow, a better future.
For us is to appreciate the Directorate of Health Services for thinking about us. KU is about our holistic student. KU embraces all of us, and even to our students that have diabetes, we will continue supporting you. Please reach to us anytime that you need our support so that we walk this journey and be the ambassadors, so that even the others who do not know about this thing will get to know about it. So for me, just to say asanteni sana, and I hope today is going to be a fruitful day.
Diabetes can be managed, and we have better ways to manage it, and we need also the community to be empathetic to us. We live with diabetes, but it doesn't mean it limits us. We are in our lecture rooms, we are everywhere, so just be empathetic. The way, you might find someone with an hypo, or rather you might find your class or your fellow comrade using, injections and all that. Today, I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy that siko peke yangu. Dia Clubs is for you, it is for us, and we have the support of everybody here, including the institution like KU, including Diabetes Kenya, the farmers, the hospitals that are here, our parents are here, everyone, each and every person. I'm very sure you have somebody, you've heard about diabetes, but you couldn't even think you may get one. For instance, me, when I was in campus, I didn't know I might, be diabetic. Be living with diabetes, but voila, I am. So I have to accept, soldier on strong, but make a change. Make a change by creating a group like DiaHope.
We are experiencing an increase in prevalence or incidence of diabetes globally. As I speak today, according to the latest IDF Atlas, we have over 583 million people living with diabetes globally, and this is increasing. In Kenya, according to the Ministry of Health, we have a estimated prevalence rate of 3 to 5%, but this is a huge underestimate because we know in urban Kenya, as well as in certain hotspot areas, Nairobi, Mukurweni, coastal belt of Kenya, the central belt, we have prevalence rates of even as high as 11%, which is unacceptable. And for every person who knows that they have diabetes, there are 3 to 5 people out there who don't know they have diabetes, but they have it. We also have twice that number with people who have pre-diabetes, which means they are just waiting to have diabetes once they have an environmental trigger. Everybody deserves access to glucometers or CGM. That would be the best for somebody with type 1 diabetes. They deserve the best, whether it's insulin or medication. They deserve the best access to healthcare practitioners. They deserve empowerment and education. And empowered or educated patients can make the right decisions to manage their health. Okay? So all this, and we have our diabetes strategy and guidelines. We have the specialists in the country. A diabetes doctor is not enough. You need a nutritionist, you need a podiatrist, you need a psychologist, you need a whole team. But in that team, the patient is at the center of that circle. Okay? And we should not stigmatize somebody or discriminate against them because they have diabetes. So if somebody walks out of class because they need to eat, or because they need to inject, or because they're having a complication, please walk with them, support them, empathize with them. You don't need to sympathize. They don't need your pity. They need your support. They need your help. Today we celebrated with a walk, and we are still carrying on our activities. This is Diabetes Kenya in conjunction with DiaHope Africa, which was launched today. This is young people living with diabetes, type 1s mainly, but all young people, because type 2 can also happen in young people. Wellness and well-being in diabetes is when you can prevent diabetes, because type 2 diabetes, which is 80% of diabetes worldwide, globally, as well as in Kenya, is preventable by lifestyle.
My name is Jen Wangare Mreu. Today's walk and the theme for this year, diabetes and wellness in workplace, was very significant to me, because we are able to recognize diabetes outside the hospital setting into our workplace and to day-to-day living.
This year, the WHO accepted mental health as one of the NCDs, the non-communicable diseases. Diabetes is in the forefront in the non-communicable diseases. We can make the blue circle of care wider for all our fellow Kenyans by providing good lifestyle advice, more exercise, healthy food, less stress, better quality of sleep, reducing alcohol consumption, discouraging smoking, discouraging the use of illicit drugs in schools and in generally across the population, just some good healthy lifestyle practices, reducing sugary beverages, unnatural processed foods, junk food, just having good healthy diets, exercising more, less use of gadgets and more use of sports, even reducing pollution in the environment, greener cities, planting of more trees, environmental, making sure we are all living good healthy lives will go a long way in prevention of diabetes for our country as a whole.
Talking about the rest of the people living with diabetes, today has been really great day. We've really enjoyed, we've walked, people turned out in big numbers. This is one of the kind. I feel encouraged as a youth advocate, and this shows that if we are able to pass this message, to raise awareness, people are willing to listen, they are willing to learn, but we need partners so that we can do this. We go deep to our communities whereby they are not able to learn these things using the national language and teach them. So we are really looking into that, and we will make a lasting impact. Another thing, I would like to thank the partners. They've really come well. My mentors from Diabetes Kenya, NKU, IDF, we are very grateful for this opportunity, and Dr. Gaman, Dr. Keltinda Atieno, we are very grateful. I'll mention a few. Stradoma Labs, I'll mention Savia, I'll mention Life Care Hospital, Avenue Hospital, which, yeah, and the rest. We are very grateful, and for those that have not mentioned, feel appreciated, And thank you for joining hands with us in making this day a success.
DiaHope claps. Hooray! DiaHope claps.